Welcome to the Master Wong Academy. On this lesson today about grading lesson today, we're going to talk to you a little bit about one student training online with us. He's training for a while now, but this is the videos that he submitted for online training course. Okay, so he submitted in the first module for me to mark and keep the feedback. Now, a lot of time people like to written feedback and tell you about this and about that. I like to do video because it's more personally, so personal. So I check it through, let you see what's going on and help you out, try to improve it, try to make sure it a little bit better, Okay, this, I won't tell who the student name is. I will give, every time the student online training course, I will give them a unique number. And this student here, you know who you are. You're based in Germany, yeah? WC1 004. So WC1004. Okay, that's the online student on Wing Chun training. Now we require free lesson that you need to do. Lesson 1, okay, lesson 7 and lesson 19. Lesson 1 is all about exercise or the base exercise. On the exercise, not too bad. But you got to remember when you're working with the exercise, make sure that you use a lot of weights coming in when you exercise that, okay? Hand in the back, make sure you exercise the back properly. And the arm, don't try to be like bend in like that. Make sure in line a little bit when you do them, in line a little bit, okay? Exercise them well a little bit is very important because why we ask you to do the exercise to film into so we can see it is make sure that you can able to perform this movement correctly. Have problem with it. The lesson looking at again is on a lesson 1 on exercise. Look at it and then you can make some improvement. That's not too bad, acceptable. Another thing we ask you to do is on the exercise number 1, they got hold stand and go stand. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all when you're working with that. Leg square on, back straight. Make sure that's in line. Then you don't get a bad back later. Okay. Next one we ask you to do is number 7. Lesson number 7 is kick. Okay, onto the basic kicks that you do. Front kick and then practice on a side kick. Now, a lot of time when you practice this sort of thing, it's on your own. So when you're kicking out a little bit, try to lock your leg and get some power on it. On a front kick, try don't move too much either, and that will be not too bad. Actually, when you're working with that sort of movement, static, you spend more time to require on yourself, but that's okay, acceptable. Okay. The major problem we got on your side, on here, is a lesson 19. Lesson 19 is the form. When you practice a form, everything have to enough power, constant the movement a little bit more. Okay. For a lot of time when you start to doing the line here, like watching through to see your side. Sometimes when this hand coming in, for instance, when you practice, I will put a video after this on the form so people can see it as well, learn something as well. You need to understand. It's don't go out too much like that and then hand over the play that. Make sure this hand have to be in line on here, like in line. All this movement, everything else have to be make sure in line. Yeah. Another thing you got to understand as well is when you start to working with, for instance, this one here, we got a little bit of problem with you is your hand coming out. Now, a lot of time when your hand coming out like that, got to be pointed out like that. And then when you come down and up at that, don't up too high like that, yeah? Up, down that. And tense when you come up at that. A lot of time tense your arms so to get some power later, the movement. Palm like that when you're coming into this kind of movement like you are doing here that I'm looking at. A lot of time when you come into the lock, when you're coming in to do them, to make sure enough movement coming in. So everything, it have to be done in a certain way. You can get your body a bit strong, tense a little bit to get your body strong a little bit. Later when you palm, you got some power. This is the major one that need to correct on and looking at again before you submit the video, another video into me. This is not the pass or the fail. This one here is just example for you to do so you know what you need to improve on. And then you can start to film and send in again. Another problem I got with you here, another problem is you will need to make sure when you're filming, make sure the full video on. Because at the moment, you film everything, but it's like this. Because if you film something in, you will make sure big a little bit so you can see the whole bit. You really don't really need to see it, only see you in there. But it's better if you are encoding properly. Probably encoding problem maybe here. I'm not too sure. Otherwise, it's not too bad for the first section there when you first attempt to practice. All you need to do is spend a little bit of time, exercise, get the exercise solid and movement properly out so I know what's going on. I need to, after that, make sure to kick it more stronger a little bit so to get a little bit better on the quality. Another thing you need to working on as well on the lesson, on the number 19, onto the form, make sure all the exercise on the lesson got to be right. I put the number 19 lesson on here so other people can learn a little bit on the form as well with this. So spend a little bit of time, practice, make sure this movement is right, and then submit the video back into us again so we can mark them. And if it come out, everything look good, okay, I will cut them in and then I will put on to the Master Wong Academy to help you to promote over that side. So trying hard and practice. And this is the video here for you to looking through onto lesson 19. I will see you later on. Bye-bye. On this video here, I like to show you the whole thing put together, or the Lim Tao from the beginning to end, so you can see the idea how they link together. If you want to start fit together like this, okay, fit up 1, 2, 3. Bring the hand into here and then out. Then back into here. Okay. First you want to do is jig toy. 1, out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back like this. Hin out. Then come back. Again, jig toy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With the hin out. Then come back. Tan. Hin. Okay. Back to woo. And you push out 1. Again. 2, 3, back, cross, same thing, this side, back, 2, 3, cross. Okay, when you finish that movement there, hand. And then the elbow. Okay, when you done that, palm. When you done that, then breathing, hand. 1, 2, 3 on the side. 1, 2, 3. Then up. 1, 2, and 3, and then bring it in, the hand like that, out, cross, back to here, okay, hand it here, push out 1, 2, and 3, and then jut, 1, 2, 3, and finish, back, palm, 1, 2, 3, up, back, 1, 2, 3, up, bong, bong, punch, and then back. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then palm. And that's when you link them all together. As you want to do a little bit onto the movement, onto the breaking down each part, and when you do a little bit onto the full one, the punching a little bit faster, a little bit of hand, 1, 2, 3, the hand, 1, 2, 3, come down to that. Otherwise, when you start to use it, you won't be able to use them properly. All of this movement, I will go through with you on the application side and show you how each movement is, so you can see the idea of it already onto the application. So when you go finish, you look at the application side, you will see all the movement there. Spend a little bit of time practice. I see you on to the next video.